Good morning, everyone. Stephanie here again with day 13 of our Bookish yoga challenge, project, experience. So if you are new here, welcome. I'm Stephanie and I am a bookologist. That means that I explore the wellness benefits to reading and writing. As part of that work, I have started to layer yoga practices into my reading and writing in an attempt to research how combining those together can help our nervous systems, our physical bodies, and act as a coaching tool to help us make our lives feel better. So today I have a morning yoga practice, right? This challenge is to help me dive into the deep end, literally, of teaching by showing up every day for 24 days. I do something that I feel really good at, recommend books to people, with something that I am still learning to do, which is teach live yoga classes. Hence, we're here on YouTube every day. So today I have a really wonderful book introduction for you. It's called Christmas in London by Anita Hughes. Hands up if you like Hallmark Christmas movies, Lifetime Christmas movies. That is me. I just love the full circle, happy ending, life is good, the descriptions are rich, and the little things matter kind of vibe that Hallmark movies and Hallmark movie-like books can bring. Christmas in London is about Louisa, and Louisa is a baker in New York City, Manhattan specifically, and it is holiday time. So you're already thinking of those holiday New York City vibes. She's working one night on her own, and a TV producer comes in. The baker that was set to help supply the cinnamon rolls for a big Christmas special can't, and they need someone really quickly. Well, she was there, she had the rolls, she handed them off, and they were a big success. It turns out that they needed more of her help, though. The person that was supposed to go over to London to St. Claridge's for their big dinner no longer can. And so they asked for her help in launching it, producing it, baking with it. You know the things. Holiday baking championship meets Hallmark movie meets a book. So when she's there, lots of things happen. She meets an old flame she did not expect to see. She's immersed in this reality baking TV world, and things come full circle. There may be a happy ending, and that's what makes it such a beautiful holiday book. So that's Christmas in London. If you want New York City Christmas vibes, if you want London Christmas vibes, and if you want baking all at the same time, then I think this book is for you. It's definitely for me. So for today's practice, hair goes up. Today's practice, we are really going to focus on our backs, opening up our backs and stretching our backs, little back bends, little camel arms, just things to feel really good for that back practice in the morning. So to begin, I'd like us to head into a wide-legged child's pose. So you can come just a little bit to the back or the middle of your mat. Spread those knees as wide as the yoga mat, and then go ahead and lower yourself down. Hands are just going to stretch out in front of you for now. You can put your forehead on the mat, roll it back and forth as a quick little morning massage. Really breathe deeply here. Feel the breath in your low back, in your hips, in your inner thighs. Feel the stretch. As you deeply breathe in and out, feel your breath go to those places that feel tight. Let's take one more deep breath in and out. Now I want you to keep breathing deeply, but I want you to tent your fingertips. So your fingertips come up to the mat so that your wrists are up, your forearms are up, and you feel that stretch in a slightly different area of your arms, your shoulders, and your back. You can keep your forehead down on the mat. I'm just raising it up so you can hear me better. And breathe deeply. Yesterday, we experimented with breathing and exhaling through our nose as a calming mechanism. You might try that today, or you might just breathe in whatever way feels comfortable. Now we're going to do some cat-cows in this position. So go ahead and keeping your fingertips on the mat, arch your back the best you can. Really feel that stretch in your shoulders, letting your neck round down, your shoulders are rounding up. And then come back and sink your front body down, look up and breathe. Let's do that again. Exhale on your way up to round your back. Inhale to come back down. Exhale to round again. And inhale to come back down. Go ahead and release your palms back to the mat. One more deep breath here. And release. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves back up. Boy, I feel that one in the shoulders today. Let's go ahead and come back to a kneeling position with our knees closer together. And we're going to do a little flowing exercise. This one feels really good. So for now, we're sitting on our heels. We're going to take our left arm back behind us. We're going to take our right arm and just roll it over and up to the side. Kind of like a one-arm dancer's pose. And then back down. The right arm goes to the back. The left arm rolls over and up. We're just going to do that back and forth for a couple of times. You can breathe in on the way up and exhale on the way down and repeat. Feeling this perhaps in your low back, your upper back, your shoulders, depending on where you are tight, if you are tight, I should say. And let's finish off on this side. And come back. Now we're going to take it a little bit deeper and we're going to rise up on our knees. We're going to do it again. Now our arm's not going to touch the ground this time. You might want to widen your knees just a little bit to feel a little bit more stable. Your left arm is just going to come behind you to the side and you're going to do that gliding motion again, but on your knees. So you likely feel it in the same places, but you're going a little bit deeper into that back bend. Make sure you regroup and center. Lift up and back. Up and back. Now, if you're really flexible, you could touch your fingers down to the back of your heel. But there's time for that. We're going to get there. I'll even it out though for me. And come back. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, little baby back bend. Clasp your hands behind you and ground down. Breathe. And as you exhale, let's come down to table. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows in table now. We did it down in child's pose, and now we'll do it in table. Really stretch that spine. So let's dip our front body down, look up, breathe in. As you exhale, round your back, round your shoulders, drop your chin to your chest, and exhale. Back to center. Let's do that again. Drop your front body down, look up. Exhale and round and stretch it up, dropping your chin to your chest. Back to center. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, front body dips down. Breathe out and roll it back. Now, let's come back to tabletop. We're not going to do as much flowing in today's practice. We're just, again, I'm experimenting with some different ways to get into the different poses. So from tabletop, we're going to go ahead and bring our right leg out straight behind us with our toes dialed down to the ground and our hips level. Okay, now go ahead and point your toe, and we're going to do a cat-cow in this position. So as you round your back, you're going to pull your knee in, knee to nose, and then come back, reset, and let's do it again. Round in, pull that knee in, feel that stretch, and bring it back out. Now we're going to take this leg and we're going to bend the knee so that it comes over behind our left knee on the mat. I'm going to scooch myself over a little bit. So you're kind of cross-legged here. And you're going to lean back. Now don't come all the way back. I don't want you to sit all the way back. I want you to just go far enough to where you feel it in your legs. You feel it in your hip. You feel it perhaps in your back. And just breathe here. Some of an awkward position. You find that you've still got some pressure in your hands to help hold you up. Again, we're not coming back into a full seat yet. We're just in this position and we're breathing. All right, let's come back up. Let's unwind our legs back to tabletop. Let's come up to our knees. Let's take that deep breath in again. Cactus those arms. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, clasp those arms behind your back and ground your shoulders down. Let's come back to tabletop and do that on the other side. So tabletop, left leg comes out straight behind you, toes down. Straighten those hips. Keep them facing the mat. No open hips here, facing the mat. Push out of your hands. Really feel the strength of this position. Go ahead and point those toes, and let's do a cat-cow in this position. So let's pull our knee into our nose as we round our back. Oh, feels so good. And back. Go ahead and reset. Deep breath in. And exhale. And round. I can't remember if we did 3 on the other side, but I usually do things in 3. So back. This time we drop our belly down a little bit. Let's round one more time. And set our knee down. So now we're going to take that leg, right? It was straight. We're going to bend it and we're going to set it over the bent leg on our right. And then we're going to lean on back. Just sink back. Again, we're not sitting, we're sinking so that our bottom is not actually touching our legs or the floor. It's a really active stretch that you are feeling the strength of your body. Look down to your mat to keep your neck nice and safe. I'm only looking up to sometimes look at you. Feel the stretch in your legs and your hips and your back and your arms, wherever you feel it. Take a deep breath and breathe into those places. And release. Let's come back to tabletop. And let's go back to our first downward dog. So in this downward dog, go ahead and pedal your feet generously. It's our first one of the practice. There aren't too many here. So let's really enjoy them. Pedal it out. Deep breaths in and out. My green sparkly toes are still making me happy today. Go ahead and quiet those heels. Press out of those hands. Feel the weight ground down in your heels. The stretch up the back of your legs. Deep breath in and out. Go ahead and raise your right leg into the air. Hips are square, still facing down to the ground. in the air. We're going to pull it all the way through. And we're going to drop our knee down for a low lunge. Now, I'm going to get out my knee pad today because my knees are feeling it. I did a lot of walking on a college visit with my son yesterday. And it was kind of icy, kind of slippery. And, you slip a little bit, you kind of do something. So I'm going to give it a little bit of padding. So we're on our knees. Our knee is down. Go ahead and raise yourself up to a low lunge. Really stretch back a teeny bit here. Wiggle those fingers. Breathe in. And breathe out. As you breathe out, bring those hands back to the mat and pull your leg back for a half split. Really feel that in the back of your leg and your hamstring. Deep breath in and out. As you exhale, let's come back to that lunge with our knee down and go ahead and lift that knee up. Feel the strength of this position for just a moment. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to bring them up and do a high crescent lunge. Maybe you have to adjust yourself a little bit like I do. Arms are up. Breathe here. Feel that stretch in your left front hip flexor. Breathe into wherever it feels tight. Wiggle those fingers. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, prayer hands twist to the right. So your left elbow is balancing on that right knee into a nice spinal twist. Breathe. I always feel so strong in this position. Go ahead and untwist yourself, hands to the mat, and let's come all the way up to crescent lunge. Now here, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, twist to the front of the room. So right hand goes to the back. Left hand is in the front. Breathe. And as you exhale, bring it down to the mat. So your left hand is on the outer edge of your leg. Feel that stretch. Oh, I gotta get my hand higher. Breathe. And exhale. Let's come back up to that twist. Back up to crescent lunge. And come all the way back down. Go ahead and drop to your knees. Let's come back for a quick child's pose. Come back up. Toes come up to plank. Lean over slightly, all the way down to your mat. Unhook those toes. Come up, cobra. Exhale and release. And back to table. From table, pop back up to downward dog. Paddle those feet. Let's repeat that on the left side. So quiet those heels, ground in those hands, breathe in and out. And go ahead and take your left leg and raise it up high. Keep those hips squared to the mat, keeping that leg as high as you can, but not opening your hips. And let's go through and bring it to our lunge and go ahead and drop that knee. Stay here for a moment, get our bearings. We're going to go ahead and raise our arms up. Nice deep breath in and out. Go ahead and lower those hands and pull that leg back, straighten that left leg into half splits. Such a good one for the hamstrings, feeling that into the back of the leg. Let's come all the way back. Go ahead and lift that leg. Bring those arms up, right? Adjust yourself if you need to, like I do. Arms go up, deep breath in. And as you exhale, prayer hands in front and twist this side this time to the back of the room. Right arm is bent, resting on the left leg. Arms are in prayer position, pushing those arms together, keeping that shoulder away from your ear, feeling that strength. Deep breath in and out. Hands come back to the ground. Let's come back up. Hands all the way up. Wiggle those fingers. Deep breath in. As you exhale, twist with straight arms. Left arm straight behind you. Right arm in front. Breathe. And as you exhale, come all the way down with that straight arm so that your right arm is on the outside of your left leg into a revolved twist. Deep breath in and out. Back up to our twist. Back up to our lunge. And back down to the mat. Now, back up to downward dog. All right, hopefully this downward dog is feeling a little bit stretchier, a little bit easier. Ground those heels down. Breathe. And release. Let's bring that right leg into the air again. Nice square hips, no open hips here today. Come all the way back in for that lunge. We're going to come all the way up, hands up. Deep breath in and exhale and cactus those arms down. Deep breath in and out. Now go ahead and clasp those arms behind your back. You may need to bring your back leg up just a little bit. Breathe. And as you exhale, let's come down to a humble warrior. Bringing that front body all the way down. Arms go up overhead if you can. Breathe. Now from here, we're going to transition by bringing our hands to the mat and stepping our left leg back into downward dog. No flow in between this one. Again, just experimenting with what feels good. If you like certain things over the other, I would love to know. Go ahead and tell me in the comments. Let's bring that left leg up overhead. Again, nice square hips. Let's go ahead and bring that lunge all the way through. Rise up, crescent lunge. Fix the shirt. Arms go up. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, cactus those arms. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, those hands clasp behind you. Again, you might find you need to bring that back foot in just a little bit. Knee is still bent in the front, nice straight back leg. Hands clasped, shoulders down away from your ears. Breathe. All righty. So now let's go back down. Oh no, I forgot humble warrior. Okay. Breathe in. And now come down for humble warrior. I guess that's a problem with trying new things. You really have to remember them. Breathe in. And as you exhale, bring our hands down to the mat. Come back into down dog. And then sink down into child's pose. Our legs are narrow here. Arms just straight out in front. Forehead on the mat, breathe. And release. Slowly make your way back up to kneeling. I'm just going to move my knee pad in the middle a little bit here. We're going to stand up in our kneeling position now. So from child's pose, we're just rising on up. Go ahead and give a shoulder roll here. Let's take a deep breath in, arms up overhead. Cactus those arms again in this position as you breathe out. Deep breath in. And clasp those hands behind you again. Ground those shoulders down. Breathe. And out. Now we're going to deepen this back bend just a little bit more. Go ahead and take your hands and bring them to the small of your back. Now, depending on your wrist and your hands, you find a comfortable position for you. It could be like this, with the palms resting on the tops of your hip bones, fingertips pointing down. If you're really flexible, it could be fingertips pointing up. It really depends on what feels good to you. When you find a position that works for you, and maybe you keep switching back and forth, just do a little inch lean and back. So that little bit of pressure on the small of our back just gives us a little bit more of a baby back bend. The rocking helps to do that back bend. I'm going to go ahead and switch my arms. I feel a little more stretched out now. And then you pick. You can do a full camel where you take both of your hands and they come down, where are my toes, to touch by your heels. Or you could stand here and you could just do one at a time, right? It depends on how early it is. It depends on the strength of that low back, the tightness in your low back. I'm just going to come back one more time. Breathe. And back up. So lots of back openers, but we need to counter stretch that. So back to tabletop, back to child's pose. Breathe. All right, I'm going to remove my little knee support here, and we are going to come into a seated position with our legs out long in front of us, toes pointed up. I want you to take that right knee and bend it over that left leg. Now, if you'd like to bind more, you could also bend that leg behind you. But for today, I'm just going to keep mine at a straight leg. Hug that knee up. Raise your left arm up in the air. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, twist over that right knee and bring your right arm to the back of the mat. Nice spinal twist. So much we've done for the spine today. Deep breath in and out. Go ahead and untwist yourself. Let's bring both of our feet forward, both arms up in the air, and forward fold. You fold wherever feels good to you. Your hands could be resting here. They could be here, or they could be here. Nice round back. Relaxed head and neck. Breathe. And exhale. Slowly roll ourselves all the way up, and let's repeat that on the other side. Right leg is straight, toes up to the ceiling. Bend our left knee, pull it over the right if you'd like. You can go ahead and double bind this. I'm going to keep it nice and straight. Hugging that knee to our chest, right arm goes up, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to clasp the elbow on the outside of that left leg. Left arm comes to the back of the mat and twist. Deep breath in and out. Go ahead and untwist yourself, and let's come into a cobbler's pose. You can stay this way on your mat. We're going to end in Savasana today, right after cobbler's pose. So in cobbler's pose, the inside of your feet are touching, the soles of your feet are touching. You can clasp your hands to give you a little counter pressure. Sit up nice and straight. Ground those shoulders down. Drop those knees down. Let them relax. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, go ahead and use your elbows as little weights and press those legs down. So you open your legs a little bit wider in cobbler's pose and feel a deeper stretch. Deep breath in and out. Use your hands to pull your legs back up in a cobbler. Let's come back into that straight leg forward fold one more time. Arms go up and think up and over. Grasp wherever you need to grasp and let it all go. Breathe in, feel that breath stretch across your back, your neck, your spine. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's come back to seated. I'm going to scoop myself down a little bit more on the mat. Arms out in front of you, and we're going to zip up those legs. Feel that pressure in the legs, and we're just going to roll flat back down until we cannot flat back it anymore. We're going to roll down into Savasana. Now you choose if you'd like to stay here, stay here. If you'd like to stretch your arms up overhead and just give small baby side stretches, that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead. Deep breath, kind of feeling it as you point and flex your toes. Stretching out all that nice spine work, that good twisty work that we did. Go ahead and keep your body still. Stretch your toes to one side of the room. Your fingertips to the other. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Now you decide how you end this last minute or so of Savasana. Maybe you keep your arms just like this overhead. Maybe you bring them down to your sides. Maybe there's one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Last one, deepest breath you've taken all morning. Deep breath in and relax it out. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers, bat open your eyes if you had them closed like I did. Go ahead and bend those knees up. Roll over to your side in fetal position and then push yourself all the way up. Come to Sukhasana and let's take one deep breath in together to close out our practice. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and being an audience as I play around and explore with new sequences and new transitions. Again, I would love to know what works for you, what you enjoy. Please tell me in the comments. And as a reminder, Christmas in London by Anita Hughes is our festive book recommendation of the day. If you'd like all the book recommendations that came before it, as well as a sneak peek to those coming next, you can download the Bookish calendar in the show notes. But if you want a book that feels like a Hallmark movie that has Christmas in Manhattan, Christmas in London, baking, and all the feels, then Christmas in London by Anita Hughes could be for you. Thanks for watching again this morning. I will see you tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. for another book recommendation, a morning yoga practice. Thanks for watching, everyone.